As we told you on the last Shot from the Point news, Keemstar uploads Gokanaru's The Plunge of H3H3 on the Drama Alert channel. And apparently it's been taken down. Hi, I'm Tommy C. This Shot from the Point news. I just want to remind you, we told you it was coming, and it came, and it seems to be a pretty good move in the H3H3 Keemstar war, which I think everybody would hope would end, at least YouTubers would, because of its attack on sponsors. But I gotta be honest with you, this latest move puts all the pressure on Ethan Klein, and it also takes the focus away from sponsors. Got to give Keemstar some credit here. If you don't know about the Gokanaru video, it's been long rumored that H3H3 had this thing taken down. He had a meeting with Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube, and shortly after, this video disappeared. H3H3 has been very vague about whether he had anything to do with the taking down of the video, and sometimes not outright answering it, telling jokes while he was being questioned about it, and then also not seeming to have too much of a problem with it being taken down. This coming from the man who started the so-called FUPA fund that protects creators on YouTube from copyright harassers going after and taking the right of fair use away from them. Let's go to the tweet. All right, demand answers. My new video was falsely taken down for harassment. It is fully within line with YouTube's TOS at Team YouTube. This is an outrage. Team YouTube replied, confirming this video was removed for violating a harassment policy in December 2019. We updated this policy to take a stronger stance on threats of physical and simulated violence targeting individuals. DM'd you the details. And the interesting thing about this, now that was probably the go-to criticism of Gokanaru. He satirically executed H3H3 in his video. From what I understand, and this thing was up and down when it went up just as I went to bed, and I was going to watch the next day. Probably should have been smarter than that. The guns were replaced with plungers, and the sound effects were like suction sounds. So, from what I understand, I'm getting multiple reports of protesters on YouTube uploading versions of this H3H3 video, or this exposed video on H3H3 by Gokanaru, and I'm getting mixed reports that some of them are being taken down, and I'm also getting reports that the ones that actually cut out the skits in between the criticisms are actually staying up. I'll bring you more as I get it, but this is absolutely incredible. Keemstar says he actually contacted a YouTube representative, had them watch the video before they put it up, and it got the green light. This begs the question, is H3 Susie Lou? Does he have a contact inside YouTube protecting him? And what's really interesting about that is as soon as this video went up, absolute silence on his Twitter feed. And he was responding to just about any criticism or any video that Keemstar made on him. Back to the tweets. If the internet need more proof that H3H3 Productions calls up YouTube to have legit criticism about him removed, you have it now. This is unfair and unjust. I didn't even get a strike. They just simply deleted it. That's kind of surprising that you didn't get a strike. I'll be honest with you, and I guess maybe that's because they want this feud to end. Of course, Keemstar has said that YouTube has contacted both of them to tell them to end this feud. Well, that's a little biased, too, to remove one guy's video and not the other. This changes the entire dynamic of this feud. And it's not so much like who's winning and who's losing and sponsorships. Now it's about, does H3, who is long rumored to be a golden boy in Susan Wojcicki's YouTube creator circle, have an unfair advantage over the rest of us, which would really explain a lot of things. Somebody who was supported so completely by the YouTube community when it came to fair use has simply kind of forgot his way. has sort of ascended beyond YouTube and being a YouTuber. It's very strange, to say the least, and I think it's a very good reason why he's getting so much hate. And I want to point this out too. I have been I got a quasi apology to make. I have been I haven't been the guy that bought the Gokanaru's video went down for any kind of conspiracy reason. I've always been kind of resistant to it. Part of that was based on ignorance. I thought the video that was Gokanaru made was actually a different video by a different creator. I got two different creators mixed up. I saw something about H3 that was blatantly anti-Semitic, and I always thought it was Gokanaru. And from what I understand, not only is that not true, Gokanaru is at least he grew up in a Jewish faith, so it definitely made me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, first of all, I want to apologize to Gokanaru if you dig up something on my podcast where I mentioned something like that, and second of all, I think the criticism that this guy's a fraud, a phony, has double standards and is a hypocrite has. I think it has some serious weight. And I think now, in fairness to Keemstar, we have circumstantial evidence that possibly H3 is in the mix with this. The only reasonable explanation is YouTube took it upon themselves to take it down, and he hit the deck. It's really weird. And it's going to be interesting how he handles this in the future. If he outright ignores it or jokes around when he's asked about it, I'm pretty much convinced. Unless you actually get the Susan Wojcicki phone call with H3, you're never going to have 100% proof. But, it's getting to the point where I think there's a conspiracy of some sort. And it's not, we're not talking about grassy knolls here and magic bullets. We're talking about phone calls. I mean, if no talent like Susie Liu could have a connection, and clearly Susie Liu does have some kind of connection to YouTube, and what you're seeing is these creators that have direct connections to YouTube. And by the way, there's a lot of people in the UK. YouTube has an office in London that have connections. You have a distinct advantage. Let me tell you something. If somebody's gonna go on, make a video on me, say I'm fat and old, take a shot at my appearance, certainly I would never ever file anything of the sort or harassment ability. I'd be embarrassed to. It goes against my brand. It goes against everything I said. But, for those who don't feel that way, they don't seem to have a problem doing it. And the thing is, like, a lot of this creator on creator harassment, you could probably, I don't know, complain about it, and it's not going to help you. But if you have a YouTube contact, then it's going to be applied. If you, in other words, let me break this down. You got a video that's making fun of your physical attributes. It gets a lot of views, and that person's attributes you're making fun of has a YouTube connection, is going down. If they don't, you'll probably be all right. Let's be honest. So the only reason you'll get away with it is that person is, got a thick skin, willing to look the other way. Good luck with finding those people on YouTube. or they don't have a strong connection with inside the company. It's really, this is now like this is a whole new level. We're seeing 2 incidents in the past 60 days of direct connections with creators. And by the way, this was long rumored. When I went to London in 2018, met YouTubers, I was told about this conglomerate of people that are hooking people up in London and surrounding areas. Apparently all the way up there in Scotland as well. There's apparently a 3-tiered or 4-tiered YouTube type contact that you want if you're making videos. And actually it would make sense. And that was long the reasons why is there so many successful British commentators. Well, they're not closer to London you live. It's good. And this stuff is not sounding as crazy as it used to be. We've seen Susie Liu. We're seeing H3. It's not as nutty. It's not as nutty. I mean, I can't go into it, but I have people on the ground in London that have given me detailed how-to program to hook up with these types of people that are are going to get them a break. It exists. It's out there. I just would be betraying too many people if I led on to it. It's abundance of sources. You know, I appreciate those people actually giving me this information. YouTube's in cahoots with the creators they like. All right? I've known this for a long time. I'm just feeling more comfortable saying it. Everything in life is timing. That's what I think. My boy Turkey Tom and Shot for the Points, Nick Diorio, are doing a collaboration, and you can see this. Everybody hates Ethan. And this just came out within the last couple hours. It's already got 41,000 views. I think it had 27,000 views in the first 20 minutes. I'm hoping and praying this is, that my boy Nicholas Diorio is going to get his first million hit video. I think this has the potential because the stars have aligned. We have the Gokanaru video going down, and this whole H3 situation, and just by sheer coincidence, and it is updated right up until about 2 days ago. It's that current that this video goes up. It is very, very. It's an excellent video. It's an excellent criticism of Ethan and the entire situation. And let's see if it stays up. So I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to put in the description box below. Go see Everybody Hates Ethan, and part 2 will be coming out on Nick Diorio's channel. So this is a mega collab, and it worked. I watched the whole video before I came on. So with that all being said, I will leave you with Tipster's big idea.
You know what? Big-brained move here. They never flag down Susie Lou reactions. So let's get Susie Lou to react to Gokanaru's video, and it'll be safe forever. Let's team up with Susie Lou to save the Gokanaru video.